everybody, it's Pendragon, and today's video is brought to you by W Energy. So I'm gonna keep things short and sweet. W Energy is a clean energy drink that has no sugar, no calories, and comes in a variety of delicious flavors, including Galaxy Grenade and Dragonade. Not only does it give you no jitters and no crash, but it's chock full of vitamins and amino acids, which are great for you. Use promo code Pendragon for 10% off of your order, and give it a shot today. And now, on to the video. Hey everybody, it's Pendragon, and welcome back to more Runescape Hardcore Ironman. Last time RuneScape Hardcore Ironman, we actually did Demon Slayer. So we slayed a demon, we got silver lights, and now we actually have some pretty cool weapons. This time on RuneScape Hardcore Ironman, we are actually going to do our next quest. We're going to do the Shield of Arrav, which it used to require that you needed another player, but now you can actually do it solo due to some great quality of life. Same for like I believe Heroes Quest as well, you can do solo now, or you can do it with a partner still, just like the old days. But the easiest way to do it as an Ironman is solo, of course. So we're going to try to do as many of these as we can solo, of course, unless there's something that is like group only, which would be something like Croesus, which is a skilling boss and is super hard to do solo. I've heard that some people have been able to do it, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to. But anywho, to start the Shield of Arrav, Arrav, I forget how to pronounce it exactly, you must talk to Reldo in the Varrock Palace Library and bring 20 coins. So it's a super easy quest, so let's go ahead and talk to Reldo and see what he has to say. Hello, stranger. I'm in search of a quest. Also, he runs the Varrock Achievement Diaries, I believe for the easy ones, and he will actually give you one of the rewards. So, I don't believe there are any here. Let me think. Actually. And, of course, the quest pops up, so let's accept it. Ah, yes, I know. If you look in a book called The Shield of Arrav, you'll find a quest in there. I'm not sure where the Shield of Arrav book is, mind you, but I'm sure it's in the library here somewhere. Thank you. So now we have to actually search the bookcases. I can never remember which one actually has it, but you pretty much just search them all. I think there might be actually, oh, I think that that actually tells us where it is, because there's a little blue book here. So, aha, the Shield of Arrav, exactly what I was looking for. You take the book from the bookcase. So let's read it. So, The Shield of Arrav by A.R. Wright. Arrav is probably the best known hero of the 4th Age. Many legends are told of his heroics. One surviving artifact from the 4th Age is a fabulous shield. This shield is believed to have once belonged to Arrav, and is now indeed known as the Shield of Arrav. For over 150 years, it was the prized piece in the Royal Museum of Varrock. However, in the year 143 of the 5th Age, a gang of thieves called the Phoenix Gang broke into the museum and stole the shield during a daring raid. As a result, the current ruler, King Roald, put a 1,200 gold bounty, a massive sum of money in those days, on the return of the shield, hoping that one of the culprits would betray his fellows out of greed. This tactic did not succeed, and the thieves who stole the shield have since gone on to become the most powerful crime gang in Varrock, despite making an enemy of the royal family many years ago. The reward for the return of the shield still stands, which it is still the same. But I should show this book to Reldo, the Varrock librarian, even though we just talked to him, so of course we know who he is. Also, grass to somebody getting the Wrath of Chaos silver feat. That is definitely a pain, and they did it solo because that's what Wrath of Chaos is. And 2000% Enrage Zamorak is crazy, although I know the new Ring of Death update is actually really good, so I actually can't wait to get that because I heard it works for Hardcore Ironman and actually will help us survive some challenging encounters. So let's talk to Reldo and continue this quest. So, do you know where I can find the Phoenix Gang? So, I've read the book. Do you know where I can find the Phoenix Gang? No, I don't. I think I know someone who might, however. If I were you, I will talk to Barak, the fur trader in the marketplace. I've heard he has connections with the Phoenix Gang. Thanks, I'll try that. So, let's go ahead and head over there and find Barak, who is super easy to find. He's literally in the marketplace, which is in town square, which is where we just were. So let's move on past these guards, and let's actually surge. I always forget that we have that now. but I'm still spoiled on my main having double surge, which is unlocked through a different area that we have not accessed yet, but we can probably access pretty soon. But let's talk to Barak. And can you tell me where I can find the Phoenix Gang? Shh, not so loud. You don't want to get me in trouble. So do you know where they are? I may do, but I don't want to get into trouble for revealing their hideout. Of course, if I was, say, 10 gold coins richer, I may happen to be more inclined to take that sort of risk. Alright, have 10 gold coins. Since I have 63k, so that's like nothing to us. Also, we literally were at 63.999. So, that's great. We were literally just 1 gold coin shy of 64k. But give him the 10 gold coins, and he says, to get to the gang hideout, enter Verhak through the south gate. Then if you take the first turning east. First turning east. That throws me off because English is hard. Then if you take the first turning east, somewhere along there is an alleyway to the south. The door at the end of there is the entrance to the Phoenix Gang. They're operating under the name of the VTAM Corporation. Be careful. The Phoenixes ain't the types to be messed around about. You're really bad at giving directions. Seriously? I paid 10 gold coins for that? I hope you're a better fur trader than a navigator. Hey now, the Phoenix Gang make it their business to not be easy to find. Look, if you get lost, talk to Charlie the Tramp near the Verok South Gate. He can give you better directions. Alright, good to know. You can also buy furs from him. I believe it's just bear furs. Or like just regular old furs. Also, we're going to try to like randomly kill imps as we can, just because you can get some good prayer through that. Also a red bead, we might need that. But let me grab the ashes real quick, and then let's go ahead and try to find the Phoenix Gang, which I know where they are. It already says to head east, so we have to move past this thief here all the way along to where this little golden plaque is. So if you read the plaque, it says VTAM. So of course we know that this is the area, which I believe that stands for like Verok Trading and Merchanting, probably something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So let's head on down this ladder, unlock some new music, and talk to Steven or Straven. What's through that door? Hey, you can't go in there. Only authorized personnel of the VTAM Corporation are allowed beyond this point. So, why not? Sorry, that's classified information. How do I get a job with the VTAM Corporation? Get a copy of the Verok Herald. If we have any positions right now, they'll be advertised in there. So instead of going out and doing that and wasting our time just reading the Verok Herald, we can just say, I know who you are. Really? Well, who are we then? This is the headquarters of the Phoenix Gang, the most powerful crime syndicate this city has ever seen. No, this is a legitimate business run by legitimate businessmen. Supposing we were this Phoenix Gang, however, what would you want with us? I'd like to offer you my services. I want nothing else, just making sure you were them. No, I'd like to offer you my services. You mean you'd like to join the Phoenix Gang? Well, obviously I can't speak for them, but the Phoenix Gang doesn't let people join just like that. You can't be too careful, you understand. Generally, someone has to prove their loyalty before they can join. And how would I go about doing that? Obviously, I would have no idea about that. Although, having said that, a rival gang of ours, theirs, called the Black Arm Gang, is supposedly meeting a contact from Port Sarum today in the Blue Moon Inn. The Blue Moon Inn is just by the south entrance of the city, and supposedly the name of the contact is Johnny the Beard. Obviously, I know nothing about the dealings of the Phoenix Gang, but I bet if somebody were to kill him and bring back his intelligence report, they would be considered loyal enough to join. And I'll get right on it. So we just head on in, climbing up the ladder, and we make our way to the Blue Moon Inn. It's super easy to find because you can see this little tankard on the map, which if I zoom in you can see it better, right there. That is the Blue Moon Inn, and this is Verok's main inn, at least within the city like limits. There is a quest over here where there's a party going on, but we want to talk to Johnny the Beard, or we can just attack him and skip some dialogue. Let's talk to him. Johnny the Beard is not interested in talking. Alright then, so I guess we cannot talk, so let's go ahead and just kill him. Also, just one hit death. But now we can grab the intel report and the bones. I also need to set this to where if I right click and select an item, that actually just gives me it. But let's read the intel report. It says, Intelligence Report. There is an archaeologist hanging around the statue outside the city, with mining equipment. Could she be onto a hidden treasure buried near the statue? There's a new channel being dug and a barge being assembled near Varrock dig site. The Varrock Museum seems to be paying for it. Could they have information about new treasures? Well, that's something definitely to keep in mind is about, archaeological finds over there. Fancy words. Speaking of archaeology, we can actually learn how to do the scale and such, but I think I'm going to do this episode after I finish this quest, because the sooner we start that, the sooner we can start getting some really good stuff pretty early on. So let's go ahead and talk to Strafen. So, how's your little mission going? I have the intelligence report. Let's see it then. You hand over the report. The man reads the report. Yes, this is very good. Very well then. You can join the Phoenix gang. I'm Strafen, one of the gang leaders. Nice to meet you. You now have access to the inner sanctum of our subterranean hideout, and our weapons supply depot around the front of this building. Alright, so now we can just head straight on in. We can actually attack the thieves and such here to get a little bit of combat XP if we really want to, which they do respawn and such, which is pretty cool. But we need to go all the way to the back. Also, I just saw this, the door automatically opens for you, so apparently you just walk right up to the door and it knows you're a member. But let's open this chest and see what's in here. There's also grapes, which we can get, to make wine later. But you find half of a shield, which you take. So now that we have done that, we need to find the other half of this broken shield, which is the shield of Arrav. So let's go ahead and make our way to this weapon depot, which is right around the front of the building, so that way we can actually go and get the weapon. Now, the weapon, which from the weapons master, there's actually 2 Phoenix crossbows. So we need to bring these to a certain somebody, and also I'm going to take an extra one as a spare because it's actually a pretty decent weapon. As you can see, it actually has, decent accuracy, it uses balls, it's ranged, it's the fastest speed for a ranged weapon, because crossbows are amazing. But we need to actually find the next half, which this doesn't really tell us much about it, but I believe we talked to Charlie the Tramp here, who is better at giving directions. So, spare some change, Gov. Who are you? What's in it for me? Do you know where I could find the Black Arm Gang hideout, or I'm looking for the Phoenix Gang hideout? Let's ask about the Black Arm Gang hideout. Sure, I know everything there is to know about this city. I'd be happy to tell you for 10 gold. That sounds fair. Pay 10 gold. Or you can just pay 5, but since we have plenty of money, let's go ahead and just pay 10 gold. The ruthless and notorious Black Arm Gang have their headquarters down the alleyway to the west of us. Talk to a lady called Katrine, but don't upset her. And don't tell her I sent you. She's pretty dangerous. Man, I cannot read today. I'm having some weird pauses lately. But anywho, let's go ahead and head down this little alleyway here to go and talk to Katrine and see what she has to say. So, what is this place? It's a private business. Can I help you at all? Well, I've heard you're the Black Arm Gang. Who told you that? I'd rather not reveal my sources. Yes, I can understand that. So what do you want with us? I want to become a member of your gang. How unusual. Normally we recruit for our gang by watching local thugs and thieves in action. People don't normally waltz in here saying, hello, can I play? How can I be sure you can be trusted? Well, you can give me a try, can't you? I'm not so sure. Thinking about it, I may have a solution, actually. My rival gang, the Phoenix Gang, has a weapons stash a little east of here. We're fresh out of crossbows, so if you could steal a couple of crossbows for us, it would be very much appreciated. Then I'll be happy to call you a black arm. Sounds simple enough. Any particular reason you need 2 of them? I have an idea for framing a local merchant who is refusing to pay our very reasonable keep your life pleasant insurance rates. And I need 2 Phoenix crossbows. One to kill somebody important, and the other to hide in the merchant's house where the local law can find it. When they find it, they'll suspect me of murdering the target for the Phoenix gang, and hopefully arrest the whole gang, leaving us the only gang of thieves in Varrock. Brilliant, eh? Yeah, brilliant. So, who are you playing to murder? I haven't decided yet, but it'll need to be somebody important. Say, why are you being so nosy? You aren't with the law, are you? No, I'm just curious. You better just keep your mouth shut about this plan. I'll make sure it stays shut for you. Now, are you going to go get those crossbows or not? No problem, I'll get you 2 Phoenix crossbows. Also, like you can ask for something easier, which she won't give you, obviously. But great, you'll find the Phoenix Gang's weapon stash just next to a temple, due east of here. And we already grabbed those crossbows, so we kind of skipped that step. So let's talk to Katrine again. Have you got those crossbows for me yet? Yes, I have. So you give the crossbows to Katrine. You're now a Black Arm gang member. Feel free to enter any of the rooms of the gang house. And see, I actually switched from Phoenix Gang to Black Arm Gang because this was actually the original one that I joined back in the day whenever I first played RuneScape. I don't quite recall why I chose them out between them and the Phoenix Gang, when phoenixes are one of my favorite mythological animals. But if you search this cupboard over here, you get half of a shield, and that might have been actually why I joined. I believe it was the easier way to do it, but you can use the broken shield on the other one to get a restored shield. So now you actually have the complete shield of Arrav. So now, I believe you head to the museum next. No, actually, you can just show it straight to King Roald, or Roald, how do you pronounce that? It used to be where you actually had to turn in each half to the curator at the Varrock Museum, and then you had to trade the other player who helped you the other half, so that way they would have it. Also, there's a guard in Ozan, who is one of the legendary heroes, so you can actually get a fun little conversation over there. But let's just go ahead and talk to King Roald and see what he has for us. So, talk about the Shield of Arrav. Your Majesty, I have come to claim the reward for the return of the Shield of Arrav. You show the reassembled shield to the king. My goodness, my father set a bounty on this shield many years ago. I never thought I would live to see the day when someone came forward to claim it. 1,200 coins was a fortune in my father's day, and I hope it served you well in your adventures. The Museum of Varrock shall proudly display the Shield of Arrav once again. And we're done. So 1 quest point, 1,200 coins. I believe you can claim something additional by talking to King Roald. Let's see. So you can greet him or ask about the kingdom. Let's just greet him. So, greetings, your majesty. Well, hello there. What do you want? I am looking for a quest. A quest, you say? Well, an odd request to make of the king. It's funny you should mention it, though, as there is something you can do for me. Are you aware of the temple east of here? It stands on the river south and guards the entrance to the lands of Mauritania. No, I don't think I know it. How strange that you don't. Well, anyway, it has been some days since I last heard from Dressel, the priest who lives there. Be a sport, and go make sure that nothing untoward has happened to this silly old codger for me, would you? So we can actually start the Priest in Peril, which you have to actually defeat a level 33 enemy and a level 23 enemy. Requires a bucket, 50 rune essence, or 25 pure essence, unnoted. And this is actually the first quest of the Myrick storyline. Now, we can accept it, but we're not going to do that one yet, because this one actually puts quite a few things in motion. It does unlock quite a few things, but might as well accept it and just have it on the back burner. So, sure, I don't have anything better to do right now. Many thanks, adventurer. I would have sent one of my squires, but they wanted payment for it. And see, the king does not want to waste his wealth on the common rabble. So of course we're going to have to do that for him. But let's see, that quest is done though, the Shield of Arrav. So now we can actually do Rune Mysteries, which we need to do in order to unlock rune crafting, from what I recall. But we have to talk to Arian in the lobby of the Wizard's Tower, south of Draenor Village. We don't need any items, there's no combat, and no requirements. And this quest is fully voice acted and features atmospheric music and effects. We suggest you keep your sound on to get the most out of it. So we're definitely going to keep our sound on for that, like we have been doing this entire time. We can also do Imp Catcher, which requires talking to Wizard Mizgog on the first floor of the Wizard's Tower, south of Draenor. So there's quite a few quests actually that take place in Draenor. So we can get that out of the way, I suppose, this episode. So I will actually make my way to Draenor Village. Let me just see if I have the teleport. I do not. So I will meet you guys at Lumbridge, and then I will show you how to get to Draenor Village. And here we are. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to get there real quick. So it's a very easy trip. You literally will go north along the road over here, as opposed to the one over here that led us to Varrock. Also the circus is here. I will have to do that. You know what? We're gonna have a detour, because I forgot that the circus is actually over here in Lumbridge this time around. So if you go to the ticket vendor, he hands you a ticket, and now we get to do one of the distractions and diversions. So the ringmaster here at the circus is "Welcome to Balthazar Beauregard's Big Top Bonanza," which is the name of this circus. So you unlock music here, of course, and there are various different minigames here. So there is a magic one that gives you some good experience, there's an agility one, and then there is range. Now there are two other ones that we do not have unlocked yet because they require quests. There is a fire making one and a thieving one. But the ringmaster here will basically explain to us how all this works. So, a new face. Could you be our new performer? Yes I am. Wonderful, wonderful. But you're human. Well, beggars can't be choosers. What's wrong with... Now, we have several acts that need a performer. What act would you like to perform in? So, let's go ahead and start off with agility. So, this is a truly fearsome act. You must walk the tightrope and perform daring feats of agility. Flips, twirls, juggling chinchampas. It is truly only for the brave. Chinchampas? Juggling? We shall provide you with a costume. Simply go to the changing tent by the ladder. You will change there and be taken to the platform. You can either get started straight away or speak to the assistant on the platform at the top of the ladder who will explain the details to you. So what's in it for me? So you can actually retrieve a costume if you destroyed them or anything. You can actually learn more about the rewards. So the rewards are experience and costumes based upon your performance. You get various amount of points based upon how successful you are in these different performances. You can also gain points or switch up your tactics here by doing emotes. Now, I do not know the exact math behind each of the costumes, but I do know that the Ringmaster one requires the highest level performance, but all the other ones require lower ones. So, there also used to be a requirement for these different runes and such. I remember that the magic assistant used to give you. I don't think she gives you them anymore, but you used to have to get specific I believe elemental cataclysmic runes, and then something else as tabs that would allow you to use your magic on these different items. But the higher level that these things say, this is level 50 approximately, if you have at least magic level 50, you have one of the highest chances to be able to do it. Now, if you don't have that high of magic, you can still attempt to do it, you just have a high chance to fail. So, we're going to go ahead and start with ranged, which is pretty easy. So, basically each of the assistants are these fairies who will help you out. They explain to you the rules of the performance, so choose target you shoot at, either the bullseye or the popinjay, then the shooting spot from which you will attempt to hit the target. You can shoot from any shooting spot you like, regardless of your range level, but you're more likely to score a hit if you have the recommended range level. So basically this explains the same thing for me, or the same thing that I explained. So you may take 10 shots for the duration of your performance, 5 shots must be at the bullseye, and the other 5 must be at the popinjay. So yeah, go ahead and skip all these, and then talks about the emotes that enliven said performance. So participate at your leisure, the performance is not timed. And you can end early by talking to them, and then yeah, that's pretty much the easiest thing to do. So let's go ahead and hit start. And we can either use a bow and arrow, throwing knives, or throwing axes. So I'm going to go with a bow and arrow, just because it's the easiest thing to do. And we're going to go ahead and start this performance. Now, this tells you the current points, the audience request, which is what this audience will start screaming. And if you do what they tell you to do, and keep things from being repetitive by doing the same thing over and over and over, or doing emotes in between them, you will actually get more points. So this actually marks off all the different actions. So you can actually go 10 all the way up to level 99. And if these guys will stop yelling at me to do something, I can finish this explanation. So you basically just choose the shooting spots, and then you see if you succeed or not. So let's try the level 10 and see how we do. So if you fail, they say get off the stage. But then they'll tell you their first request. So they also tell you if you succeed. So we do not have that high of any release stats. So once you get it successful, that's the way you gain your experience. And then I believe they only call out the ones that you have the levels for, because that's what it seems like so far. They're calling out to level 20, but it's a very quick way to gain levels in this game, so it makes it super easy. So they want us to keep going back and forth between the bullseye and the popinjay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an emote to kind of like change up everything, and then I'm gonna go ahead and choose the shooting spots, which you can't do in the middle of the emote, as you can see there. But popinjay to level 20 spot. It will tell you that the audience dislikes your repetitive performance in the chat box if you check on here. So it tells you the audience enjoys your varied performance if you switch things up, and then the audience dislikes your repetitive performance if you don't change things. You only get XP for performing a move at a level once. So let's go ahead and try doing a level 31. And we succeeded. So as you can see there, we just jumped up a whole level, because we actually did one that was above our difficulty. So that made things nice and easy. So I'm going to keep trying to do like different ones here. I'm not going to listen to the audience, because we're not really going to pay much attention to them for now. Instead, we are just going to try to go for the XP. Now, eventually I will be going for like outfits and such, but that will definitely take a while, and I'll probably do that like off camera. But as you can see, we have completed the popinjay portion of the performance, because we did our 5 shots there. So now we just have to finish up with the bullseye, which I think we have like, nope, we were done already there. So the ringmaster says, well, you tried hard, didn't you? I can't let you leave empty-handed. So you scored 173 in your range performance. You received 1407 experience points. So it tells you congratulations. It tells you to score in the chat box, and you can only do that, I believe, once a week, if I recall correctly, unless you have these things called reset tokens. You actually get various pieces of outfits, so it's really good for Fashionscape, as people call it. So now we go ahead and try doing our magic performance, and this episode also, I just realized, is going to be a little long, but I want to fully show off the circus right now, at least the first time around, because like I said many times in each episode, this is a Let's Play. So I will be trying to explain this to people who do not play the game or do not know about certain things here, so that way they can actually experience it as well. So the magic assistant will basically ask you if you want to start your performance. So let's go ahead and hit yes. And you can go through and you can do alchemy, you can do levitate or levitation, and you can do just regular rolled attacks. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, you can also cast teleports. So let's go ahead and just start off with this and go for alchemy on the store. So yeah, gonna give me a rundown for this, 4 kinds of spells, tells you about the elemental and all that stuff. You could perform any sort of spell and any sort of levels in order to do this performance. Also, as you can see there, by doing alchemy on the level 70, we just gained a level in magic. So that was a nice, easy way to level up. And we also now know a alchemy spell, which it was just a coincidence that we happened to hit that level and everything. But let's try listening to this audience and go ahead and cast on the armor. Of course, we messed it up, so let's try it again. See if we can succeed. There we go, and as you can see, we just hit pretty close to level 22 already. So now they want us to levitate a clay pot. Where is the clay pot? I do not see a clay pot. So I guess they mean the bowl. So let's go ahead and levitate the bowl. That is a typo that hopefully Jadix fixes sometime. So go ahead and do that, and we should get another level up from that. And there we go. So magic level 22 already. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock out this performance really quick. So let's go ahead and cast on the tree stump here. And of course, we miss, even at a level 20 spell. And you have to stand on this star, by the way. So the game will actually make you have to do that in order to use your to do your performances. Also, as you can see, this is a super fast way to level up because we're already magic level 23. So they want us to levitate the orc, but I'm going to levitate the penguin because I'm trying to vary my performance in order to get the most XP as possible, like I've said before. Let's see, we need a level 10 one, so let's go with book and see if we can succeed on this. Nope. Try it again. And of course, we did not. Oh no, we did succeed. I didn't see the hole in the book for a moment. But he says you can't leave empty-handed, so now he gave us another pair of shoes from a different outfit. So I believe it's random what you get depending upon certain tiers of levels. So you can get different kind of outfits based upon your performance, as I've already said. But now we have one more performance, which is the agility performance. So let's go ahead and change. So they throw us into an agility outfit, which is one of the rewards we can actually get here. And they make us take off our weapons because we need empty hands in order to juggle. So the game tells you about all the different juggling stuff we could do. You can perform normal moves, which are like jumps and flips and all that fun stuff. And then you can perform emotes in between and everything. So to do that, you can do juggle here, and then you select it, and it goes based on your agility level. So if you succeed, you get a cool little juggling animation of you working with various items and emotes. So we just hit agility level 6 from that, which is awesome. And you can press go back after you've already pressed juggle, and then you can start doing different movements and such. So they want a hop, so let's do the small hop. And of course, you know, it's pretty good XP. So let's go with twirl. And I'm surprised we haven't failed yet with how low our agility level is. And oh, yep, there we go. So you basically you crouch yourself whenever you fail at something on here. Whether you fail one of the movement related moves. So when you juggle, let's see, I'm going to try to do something high level and see if I can get a fail. Yeah, you basically just toss it at yourself and you hit yourself in the head with it. You don't take damage, it's just a little animation. So I find it kind of funny. Let's try doing knives. And we actually succeeded. We're actually succeeding at higher level stuff for some reason. Even though we have a low chance to do that. But now let's try doing spades and see if we mess it up. Yep. And it also makes a little noise based upon the item too. So the little clattering of the spades was kind of funny to me. Let's try again. Okay, we succeeded. Also, he's not holding the spades. He was literally doing that with like his mind, but moving his arms with it. But we just got Judy level 8, which is great. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. And we fell with the tuna, which just flops on us. Let's try it again. And there we go. So the tuna one's pretty cool too. Although those are pretty big for tuna. They look more like sharks, which I think would have been a better one to choose. But you tried hard, didn't you? I can't let you leave empty-handed. And we got 420 experience points, haha. So let's check our items here. And we got a pair of leggings from there. So we have 2 shoes and a pair of leggings, and now we are done here. In order to leave, you just tear the circus ticket, and it poofs you back out. So I know I wanted to do one of the quests over in Draenor Village, but we are actually out of time for this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and store these items here, and then end things here. So next time on Runescape Hardcore Ironman, we're going to make our way... Actually, no. Let's make our way to Draenor Village first, because otherwise I'm going to forget to show you guys how to get there. So let's make our way there before we end the episode, as I interrupt my outro. So I'll run on past the mill, all the way on over here. Luckily, you know, we have the surge ability that helps speed things up a tiny bit. There's a quest over there. Oh, and over here you also get to, you can actually visit 2 of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So War, which is a PvM area, player versus monster, and then Death's Hourglass, which is where you like reclaim items and such. You can speak to the Grim Reaper and all that other fun stuff. But here is the Draenor Village lodestone, and there we go. We have that unlocked. There's a sign that says Draenor, and next time on Runescape Hardcore Ironman, we'll enter Draenor Village and make our way to the Wizard's Tower. This has been Pendragon, and I'll see you guys next time.